the Emperor states that he has his best legion of troops surrounding the shield generator on the moon, the forest moon of Endor.
By the way, stormtroopers have not been the best shots throughout the trilogy, but
correct.
Continue.
But again, best legion. He emphasizes this in the movie, and then they get taken out by a bunch of teddy bears. I cannot buy that. I'm sorry.
That is where it becomes a little more. Okay, this is a fun kids adventure, and that's okay.
It is okay.
I like Star Wars as that, but then Star Wars sometimes doesn't know if it's going to be self-serious or just fun.
Right. All right, Grant.
All right, Drew.
I think this might be my favorite Star Wars movie.
Wow.
I don't know if it's the best. We're going to get there when we rank.
Yeah, we'll get there
when we throw Return of the Jedi into our ranking.
Yeah,
But
we'll get there.
I loved this movie.
I enjoyed this movie on rewatch.
Yeah, okay.
I think I was lower than you were on it.
Yeah.
But I think we had a half-star difference on Letterboxd. It's not the craziest difference.
Right.
I would say this movie is a little more swashbuckling fun, like A New Hope, than Empire is. Because Empire is very this is serious stuff.
Right.
And this movie is oh, we're doing flips around Jabba's palace and stuff. So
this movie
in Ewoks.
Yes, those would be the 2 points where I'm I can see why people don't like this as much.
Yeah, and I actually like the Ewoks. I like Endor a lot. I think Endor is visually great.
Yeah,
so
I think it's great.
I have a lot of fun with this movie, but this feels a little bit more like A New Hope to me. Whereas Empire felt a lot more like a sweeping drama. This feels a little more oh, we're back at the adventure kind of thing. But it's still good. For what it is very good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great story beats. But Drew, tell me why specifically this is your favorite Star Wars movie.
Well, spoilers for Return of the Jedi.
It's been out for 40 plus
years.
It's
been a long time.
Whoop-de-doo.
I think the finality of the character arcs are all great. I think
I would agree.
Solo and Leia have great moments, but then Luke Skywalker, his arc is so great.
His arc is the best part of this movie. Him and Vader,
100%.
Yeah.
That final fight,
so
is so well written from a emotional perspective of what Luke is feeling.
Yes.
And then when Darth threatens Leia, and then Luke goes crazy.
Yeah.
You're oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Well, before this movie came out, people were is Luke going to turn to the dark side? Was a storyline of, is this going to happen? So.
And then Vader sacrificing his redemption, which is now over 6 movies. I mean, it's all fantastic.
Okay, here's a question. Would you say that Vader's sacrifice is more impactful because of the prequels? And I feel
yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's kind of a no-brainer. Do you think it's still impactful as it is just original trilogy?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah,
I think it is significantly less impactful, but I think it still is.
Yeah, I think.
But if you don't know Anakin, then you're okay, I still understand father versus son and why he did what he did, but there's not the moment of that's Anakin, and I've seen Anakin struggle.
There's a through line in Star Wars of they're still good in him.
Yep.
Anakin is still in there. Padme says it in Revenge. They say it a lot throughout this trilogy. Luke says it a lot this episode. It's in Clone Wars a little bit of there's so much good in Anakin. I would say the moment in Rebels where Ahsoka fights Anakin again, there's moments in there. So that's a through line, and I think yes, this as the culmination, this is very, very solid. So
I think the moment when Luke throws down his lightsaber, is probably my favorite moment in all of Star Wars.
Whoa.
Maybe.
That is so bold, but I think it's a great moment.
It's just so impactful from a character perspective, and you're all right, Luke finally gets what being a Jedi is about.
Yeah, this movie does play very well overall as a companion piece to Empire.
Yeah.
Because Empire ends with Luke made the wrong decision and paid the price for it because he wasn't ready. And now he makes the right decision against his will, or not his will, but against his emotional judgment. So,
yeah. I mean, I think the final battle is fantastic.
I would agree. I would completely agree.
there are flaws in this movie.
Yes, let's dive into those flaws.
Let's talk about a couple of them.
Go for it.
I mean, Ewoks.
Not the best addition to this movie specifically.
I agree.
I do think I thought this on my rewatch. I think it's actually a decent story idea for the Empire to just be like, this native species on this moon, we're more powerful than because we have technology.
Yeah.
And the Ewoks are like, we know our planet better.
Right.
That's probably a little bit of, there's some commentary there that we don't have to dive into.
I agree.
But I think that as a plot point for the Empire is good. Like, I think that idea is good. They have so much focus in this movie. Like, so much. There's so much Ewok in this movie.
I mean, I think the entire scene, or the entire 20 minutes where they're captured and then Luke lifts, like, 3PO.
It's funny.
It's funny, and they're cute. But, like, I don't know. It's like, what does this add to the movie? I mean, they become friends at the end of this 20 minutes, and therefore they help them in the battle. But I think that's one problem I have. Another problem. The Emperor states that he has his best legion of troops surrounding the shield generator on the moon, the forest moon of Endor.
By the way, stormtroopers have not been the best shots throughout the trilogy, but
correct.
Continue.
But again, best legion. He emphasizes this in the movie, and then they get taken out by a bunch of teddy bears. I cannot buy that. I'm sorry.
That is where, like, it becomes a little more. Okay, this is a fun kids adventure, and like that's okay. Like
it is okay.
I like Star Wars as that, but then like Star Wars sometimes doesn't know if it's going to be self-serious or just fun,
right?
And like I'm okay with it just being fun. I'm okay with it being self-serious.
But it's such a juxtaposition where you have literally Luke and Vader fighting.
Yes,
the most intense. Like we built this whole trilogy around this moment.
And
then
it
cuts to Ewoks
are launching logs at stormtroopers. It's great. Like it's funny, but
it's funny, but I don't know.
That's the thing. We're saying it's funny, but it probably doesn't fit. It's kind of
like
where we landed.
If they were like, I don't know, these ferocious lizard creatures who were a little more intimidating,
wouldn't sell as good toys though.
True.
That's the thing.
That is true.
That is the thing with Star Wars.
Yep.
I think that the Ewoks are like okay. And
I think they're fine.
They're serviceable. They're a little pointless.
I agree.
Star Wars does have a thing with pointless creatures. It's just kind of a thing. That's okay.
I will say, every woman I feel like I've ever talked to about Star Wars is like, oh, I like the sixth one with the teddy bears.
I've heard that before too.
So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that like it. I don't like it more than I like Empire.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I think Star Wars can be fun, and that's okay.
I think it's fine.
I think this is still overall a good conclusion to the trilogy.
Totally agree.
I think Luke's green lightsaber's sick.
I think it's awesome.
Like, Luke is awesome in this movie. So sick. So there's a lot of great here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. If this is your favorite Star Wars movie, I feel like it's going to be really hard to rank it, but should we go ahead and do that? Like,
yeah, we can rank it.
Okay. All right. Let me give our little quick Star Wars rankings that we have right now. We have number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
2, New Hope. 3, Rogue One. 4, Revenge of the Sith. 5, Solo. 6, Attack of the Clones. 7, Phantom Menace. Do we need to flip any of these? Do we need to rearrange this at all?
I don't think so.
I like where we're at.
I think I like where we're at.
Here we go.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi is better than Phantom Menace.
100%.
Better than Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
Better than Solo.
Yes.
Better than Revenge of the Sith. This is where it gets interesting.
This is where it gets interesting. I'm going to say yes, because here's the thing.
Okay.
I think you have equal amounts of camp/bad writing. I think it leans a little heavier on the Revenge of the Sith side on both. Okay. Like Jabba's palace, Loki, that scene drags so hard.
It is it's a slow beginning.
It's a slow beginning. You're like 30 minutes trying to rescue Han.
Why did we add the Jedi song at the beginning of that, George Lucas? I don't understand why we added a musical number at the beginning of this movie.
That was weird.
I was watching it and my mom came downstairs. She's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "I'm watching Star Wars, Mom." But I don't know why this stupid scene's in here.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's slow. It's kind of boring.
But then once you kind of get to the Sarlacc pit, it picks up and it's good.
Up.
But there's a lot of setup.
So I would argue that they have equal amount of stumble. and this is going to piss the world off. I think Return of the Jedi's ending is better than Revenge of the Sith.
I'm not sure I agree with that. Really? Like, you think Mustafar fight scene into, like, the birth of the twins.
Okay, this is about to be interesting.
Gosh, I don't know. See, what's hard, too, is, like, these movies are strangely intertwined of, like...
Yeah.
These are both the conclusions of their trilogies that have a lot to say about Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of hard for me to separate this ending from, like just on its own, because there's so much I think about with Anakin from the prequels.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But this is the conclusion of not only Anakin's arc, but also Luke's.
Yes, that's fair.
And, I mean, this is a significantly more hopeful note that we end on than Revenge of the Sith. And, like, it's all leading to the hope at the end of the movie of 6. That's where these 6 movies are leading. And 3 is, like, the lowest point of the trilogy.
Okay, I will hear you out. I'm okay with putting this one above Revenge.
Okay.
This is hard for me, though.
Yeah, no, I think it is hard. I think both
difficult.
moments are fantastic.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm torn, because I really do think that the ending of Revenge is, like, the best part of Revenge.
Well, it is, 100%.
And I don't know. I would say a composite, this movie is better than Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
That is, man, some people are going to be so mad.
So angry. So angry.
We're so mad. It's okay, because the original trilogy is better than the prequels.
It is.
That's definitive.
It is.
Okay. Is Return of the Jedi better than Rogue One?
I also think yes.
I think no.
Okay.
I think Rogue One is better than Return of the Jedi.
Okay. As a movie,
Yes.
I think Rogue One is better.
I would say also as a Star Wars movie. Vader in the hallway.
Yeah,
You know I'm right.
The final scene, the battle.
No,
I think the space sequence at the end of Return of the Jedi is awesome too.
Yeah, but it's not as good. Like, fundamentally. It's not the best space sequence in the trilogy.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like New Hope and Empire have better space sequences.
I agree.
I would say Rogue One's better. And now this is my personal.
Okay.
This is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So do you need me to convince you?
Yeah, I need you to convince me.
Okay. Rogue One's more cohesive.
Yep, I agree.
It's composite a stronger movie.
As a film, yes.
Yes. Now it's hard. These are hard to compare because it's a modern movie, and this movie came out 43 years ago.
Well, I think even from like a writing perspective,
I would say writing the characters are, again, Rogue One's just more cohesive. Like, the characters are better written, and Rogue One does a great job. The cinematography is great, by the way.
Yeah,
Rogue One
yep.
does a great job of making this event feel very impactful for Star Wars. So, like, I would say the plot and the pacing are very good in Rogue One.
I agree.
So, like, I would say those strengths are all stuff that Return of the Jedi also has, but then there's Ewoks, and there's, like, some detractors that bring it down just a little bit for me.
What is Rogue One at right now?
It's at 3.
Oh, so we'd be putting Return of the Jedi at 4.
Which is, I feel like, is okay.
Okay. I think I agree with you.
Okay. All right. I
think we should.
Against your better judgment.
Because, again, I mean, I think we do need to go 50-50 on, like, ranking the nostalgia and the Star Wars moments, but also, like, is it a good movie?
Yes, I would
agree.
agree.
I agree with this.
I would say,
even though I think I like Return of the Jedi better.
This one fell a little more, I say a little, like marginally more flat for me than rewatching A New Hope and Empire. Now, I still think it was great.
Okay.
But, like, I think there was a lot of fluff and a lot of stuff I had to get through to get to the best moments of this movie. So,
yeah, and I think that's fair.
Like, and I even the indoor speeder bike chase scene is, like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, I would say the sequences of this movie are not as strong as the other ones. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I feel kind of good about that.
I do too. I feel like
we've settled.
Yep.
We have ranked 8 of these movies, by the way.
That's crazy.
So we're getting there. But yeah, I mean, what else do you want to talk about? Anything specific? How do you feel about them compositing Hayden Christensen into this movie?
I kind of like it.
I like it from the saga perspective.
Yep.
I don't like it from this movie.
Yeah.
Just this movie, I think it should have been like the original old Anakin.
And they also added like shots of Naboo and Coruscant, right?
Now, like if
I do.
Here's the thing: if you're watching the 6 movies,
which
this
we
makes
are.
sense. This makes sense, but like at the same time, I don't think it serves this movie well.
You don't like it just from like a film.
I don't think it's not aesthetically pleasing, and I think you still get the same. No, you don't get the same impact, but you get a very similar impact without it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I think those shots, I'm like, wow, like the Empire's been defeated and the whole galaxy's celebrating, and holy frick,
it's
fair. Anakin.
That is fair.
Like Anakin's back.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Also, this is completely a tangent, but it's crazy to me that we never got Liam Neeson as a Force Ghost in the prequels.
Yeah, we never did.
Because I had forgotten how impactful Force Ghosts are.
Yeah.
In this trilogy.
Yeah.
I was like, Obi-Wan has full-on conversations with Luke.
Yeah.
And like the reason he died is to push Luke further along in his training.
Yes.
Knowing he could still give him wisdom.
Yes.
From beyond the grave.
Yes. And
how did we forget that whole thing existed in the prequels?
Now, Yoda does say like Qui-Gon just figured it out in Revenge of the Sith, but like still, I think it would have been helpful for him to show up at some point.
That's true.
No, I don't know.
Doesn't it happen at the end of the Obi-Wan show?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
Maybe one of the strengths of Obi-Wan. There
were a few and far between, but yes, I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I don't hate this from like I
know, I agree.
I don't know if I love it, but
because the Force Ghosts are so impactful in this movie, then they just like, yeah, they just aren't in the prequels at all.
I mean, like Obi-Wan's conversation with Luke is one of the better parts of this movie.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I think Yoda's conversation with Luke is also so good.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And then Yoda dies. Like
I know.
And he was just like, "Yeah, you weren't ready to hear that. I'm sorry, we didn't tell you. Like you weren't ready." And like it's so good.
And like I mean, just the warning he gives Luke, and then Luke executes. Like I know that the Jabba in Endor is all kind of a mess, but
that part of the movie
the
is very
30
strong.
minutes of Dagobah and then the final battle.
Yeah,
I think it's so good and like so impactful.
Yeah, I would agree. I do feel like Endor, as much as I love the imagery, it does feel like we got to give these characters something to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we can't just be in space the whole time. Yep. And like, there happens to be a shield around that sort too. Like it's okay, whatever. So, I think this is a great movie. By the way, welcome back to Sold My Line, a Fireside Film Podcast. I'm Grant.
Let's see how late in the episode we could possibly sneak the intro in. I'm Drew.
This has been Kenobi. We're finishing up this trilogy. If you like our Star Wars marathon, hit that subscribe button.
We're currently 17 minutes in.
I think it's a strong movie. I think there's some flaws. But, okay, here's the last kind of conversation I want to have.
Okay.
The prequels.
Yep.
The original trilogy.
Yep.
Disregard everything else right now, especially the sequels. Hate it.
Okay.
There have been arguments in our comment sections, and I've agreed with some and disagreed with others, that the prequels are a better story than the sequels. Not plot, not movies, not even cohesive trilogy. Story.
Right.
What do you think of that?
This is the best argument from our prequel stands that I have heard.
Yes, I would agree.
And again, I said this on Empire, but I think the story of the original trilogy, not original trilogy, of prequels is very good and probably better.
I will hesitantly agree. I have some issues.
I think the question is, how much are we factoring in execution of said story?
My question, I would agree with that. And I think like execution is very important. My question is even less how much are we factoring in that. It's more how much are we factoring in extra content that was added post. Like how much are we factoring in the Clone Wars, honestly?
Yeah.
Because like when I think of the prequels, I think of Anakin's arc, yes, in the prequels, but also like there's a lot that happens in the Clone Wars that's really impactful and makes the story better.
Yeah.
And like, what if we never got the Clone Wars and it wasn't as fleshed out? No one, I don't think anybody would really be making this argument.
I agree.
like the fact that we know so much about this prequel era stuff because we got 7 seasons of a TV show, I think benefits the idea of the prequels being the best story.
Again, I mean, we have people writing essays right now. I already know it. But I think rose-tinted glasses, specifically with the prequels, is so prevalent.
Yeah.
And in that lens of viewing the prequels, I think the Clone Wars is in there too, and like Rebels and like where all of it goes, and the extra context that has been provided by specifically Dave Filoni.
Yes.
Which I don't think is fair as we are ranking and judging these movies as movies.
But I would say, like, yes, the tragedy of Anakin's downfall and him, like, his distrust of the Republic and the Jedi Order and, like, all that is very, very good.
It's very compelling.
I honestly like the story a lot of Attack of the Clones, of Obi-Wan uncovering the clones, and, like, I love the, Palpatine's rise to power and how he's played everybody. Like, that story is very good. So I think I'm still going to say that it is slightly better than the original trilogy's overall story. Because the original trilogy's overall story is like, yeah, the children of Anakin Skywalker team up with this ragtag rebellion and defeat the Empire. Like, that's kind of the story. And, like, Anakin gets redemption and Luke makes mistakes along the way. But, like, that's the story.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to say, yeah, like, hey, prequel stands, you win.
You win on that one point.
On that one front.
But also,
it has a overall better story.
It does not make it a better movie.
And it does not have better
nor
execution,
a better trilogy.
Better plot.
Because the execution is pretty bad.
Yeah. I would say it is mid to bad.
Yeah, I would agree.
There's a lot of mid and there's some good.
There's some good.
So
the highs of the prequels are high.
Yes. And listen, we sound like we're hating. I love the prequels. They're so much fun.
Go watch our prequels episodes and count how many times we each said we watched these as children and we love these movies.
Yes, we have to separate.
We're just trying to be objective as objective as humanly possible.
We are trying to do our best as professionals. Apparently, people call us in the comment section sometimes, which whatever. But I don't know. We can give our movie rating. For this
we should. Did we do that for? Oh yeah, we did.
We did for Empire. It was super quick. I know where I sit with this movie.
I also know where I sit.
I own this on Blu-ray.
I think you should too.
I think you should own this on Blu-ray.
I think this is where context and culture matters.
Yes.
I think as a movie, well, I think as a movie it should still be Blu-ray, but I don't hate the argument of like,
streaming
movie. For Return of the Jedi, but
I still think, like, as a cultural thing, you should own the whole original trilogy on Blu-ray. Like, that is something that you should do, especially once they do the theatrical versions one day, maybe, hopefully. I'm praying. I will say George Lucas's additions to this movie are better than the ones in New Hope and Empire.
Yeah.
The ones that he did feel like it serves the story of the saga better. Minus the musical number at the beginning, but whatever.
Yeah, this was weird.
So, anyway, I digress. Anything else you want to talk about with Return?
I don't think so. I love this movie. I think it's great.
Yes.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Nope.
So, hey, tomorrow we're diving into the sequels. And
bring on Disney.
Bring it on. Well, we've talked about some Disney, but this is really where, in my opinion, it gets divisive.
The Kathleen Kennedy influence is strong.
I would say Rogue One and Solo are actually really solid.
I agree.
I think we're going to enjoy The Force Awakens, but here we go. So we're talking about Force Awakens tomorrow. We'll be talking about Mandalorian and Grogu. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. If you don't know, hit that subscribe button if you just want to stay up to date and you like talking about movies.
Also, comment your Star Wars hot takes.
Yes.
We've kind of
led with that. We should have led with that.
We've dove into some here. The prequel versus OG trilogy will be probably a further discussion there. But we're going to do an episode at the end of all this where we dive into all your hot takes about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. So comment those. Hey, if you have questions, if you have stuff you want us to review, hit that subscribe button and comment and let us know. So we love you guys, and we're going to get out of here. But please take a break
and enjoy a film.